Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
Fade in.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself. But go f yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
What's the matter? Take yourself a great big bite of meat. Taste the pleasure of the highest quality pork around.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
No! She's not supposed to be talking about...
I have no idea what's going on, Dre, but it's fun.
Talk about that!
He's having a breakdown. Somebody call Johnny Cochran. You know how much I love Snorlax? I'm going to prove it to you. These are my slippers. All right? Snorlax. Snorlax slippers. I don't give a crap who knows. I'm a grown man, and I'm rocking Snorlax slippers. I don't give a crap.
Yeah, you know what? This freaking existed. It exists. That exists.
You just imagined it.
I guess. Kind of hurts. I think it's physical.
I'm colored. Shut up.
Let me do it myself here. Let me get it up real quick. Hey, shut up. Shut up. I didn't mean it like that, you perverts.
Oh, these two girls when you kiss, they're gonna be hot. Oh, yo, you know Elizabeth Hurley's gonna get butt naked in this.
I dangled for too long there. That wasn't fun.
But I also hate you a little because you go and make it your business to try to make fun or try to get in. Yes, exactly. Half-breed putting her crotch in my face.
You know what? There is a single reason why I wouldn't want to become a merman. I wouldn't have my penis anymore.
What? What? What?
There is nobody of merit there. It's for their new fan base. That's who D23 is for. Everybody who went there knowing they sniff crotch and suck shit. Well, we're talking about people who have serious sexual orientation and gender identity problems. And I'm not talking, and when I say sexual orientation, I don't mean, a dude who likes a dude and a chick who likes a chick. We're talking about people who think that they're non-binary and they don't know how to play with their holes and shit like that.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Hey, my name is a pimp named Drizzy, and I believe I've misplaced some merchandise at this residence. Lord Jesus and the shepherds, where is daddy's money? I will not hesitate for one solitary second to put hands on somebody if I don't have my monies.
Please, sir, can I have some darkies?
This is why I do crystal meth.
Game over, man. It's game over.
I'm not gonna try and win hearts and minds, pretend I'm something I'm not. Like a video game. No, it's bullshit. Not real. It has shown us one thing. The fake fans, the stands, they show up. They showed up for all of these, but they're not an audience.
Nope.
They're a bunch of weirdos hanging out in a parking lot, watching each other do weird shit.
Oh God!
I don't know where I come up with these. They just happen.
Are you out there watching them watch them?
I can hear them from where I am. That's the
a lot of squelching.
Yeah. Listen, at least I don't have to clean it up. That's good.
Oh, you will taste and see that I am delicioso.
I've been told by lore people for this stuff for House of the Dragon for the books. Yeah, Rhaenyra, she was into dining at the Clam Slam. She was into that.
Clam Slam.
She slammed clams. She dined at the oyster bar. She was all into that.
Impressive. The most impressive.
And I gotta say, any person who uses a Funko Pop or gets a Funko Pop immediately disqualifies themselves from any fan discussion.
Unless you're getting it for a mocking reason to make fun of something.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Or if it's a gift from someone.
Both of y'all suck. I hate you both.
If it's a gift from someone who doesn't know better, that's fine. I have a couple of those. But if you're going out collecting Funko Pops,
no, you're retarded. Funko Pops are awesome. I hate myself. I have a problem.
I've got loads of them.
You're a girl. You're allowed to do it. You're a girl.
It's okay for girls. They're exempt. Dre, this is not okay. We need to have an intervention.
I have a problem. I've got no shame.
There is nobody of merit there. It's for their new fan base. That's who D23 is for. Everybody who went there knowing they sniff crotch and suck shit. And these tool bags wouldn't know quality if it walked up and motorboated them. Because, you're going to motorboat quality.
Wait, what?
Quality boobs. You want to motorboat quality boobs.
There we go. All better now. Man, titties are the greatest things.
Hail and howdy, everybody. Welcome to the round table, where I guess today we're your Super Bowl pregame, if you want us to be. Does anybody care? I don't. Oh, well, there's a man who cares. There's a man who cares. Look, he's all ready for it. He cares.
Oh, yes, sir.
I remember when you said you didn't think your Eagles were going to get in there, and now you're like all excited.
I'm super excited. We got to get this dub, though. Lord Jesus.
Oh, I will say this. F the Chiefs. I will say that. I'm sick and tired of everything surrounding them, even though I don't care about football. That's how annoyed I am. I'm not into it, and I'm sick and tired of everything surrounding them. It's just annoying. I don't
Agreed.
care. Anyway, hail, everybody. We hope you're having a good, comfortable Sunday afternoon. We hope you are all where you want to be if you are getting ready to watch a Super Bowl. We hope you're going to have a good time, and we hope you're going to enjoy this show. So let's say hi to everybody. Hi, Jed. You tired? Tired?
I'm exhausted. Oh, my God. It was standing for probably 12 hours straight. It's ridiculous what MegaCon does to people, but it was a hell of a lot of fun. And I do need to say, Adam, congratulations for going through an intro well and without having to point out that you did it well. Because it's always one or the other, and you made it through. This is a historic moment for Roundtable. Maybe the first in history to have had this happen.
Well, at least the first time in 6 months. I didn't bobble anything. I had it in my mind exactly what I was going to do, and I got through it.
You did. Well done. Yes. And I do have to say, for the Super Bowl, I had no idea who was even playing until this weekend. I had to ask people who were playing. That's how much I follow sports.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it through osmosis, essentially. I know because I hear things.
Someone just told me Kelsey was playing, and apparently that doesn't narrow it down as much as I thought it did.
that is enough for me, but I still only know because I keep my eye on so much shit. I collect the information, it gets stored away, so I do know what's going on, but that doesn't mean I care. Dragon Lady, you don't give a crap about American football, do you?
No, it's usually on a very silly o'clock in the morning for us in the UK anyhow. So, but yeah, I'm a lot better than I was this time last week. I got a bit hesitant because I got a bit better. Well, I didn't want to come on and then start coughing and spluttering all over the place. So I thought, well, I'll let you know. And
no, if you
I'm a lot better
gotta
than I
go
was
rest,
last week.
if you got to take a rest, go rest.
Yeah.
We're just happy you're feeling better. And there's the man in his green and the black. He's ready for his. How do you feel about your chances today, Dre? How do you feel about your chances?
I do not like our chances, honestly. Okay. We have a better team, but man, Kansas City is just they're like a cheat code. It's like just something.
It's what I hear.
Like, no matter what you do,
I hear. Yeah.
And then and everybody's like, oh, the referees don't cheat. Yes, they do, unequivocally so. Especially this season, Patrick Mahomes was 15-1 this year. For those that don't understand what that means, that means he won 15 games, 1 loss, and the only loss he had was because it was an absolute blowout and their defense couldn't stop anybody. Outside of that, all their wins were 1-score games of 4 points or fewer, and it all came down to a referee's call in every single game.
I mean, it's not like when Brady was just stampeding through everybody with the Patriots. That was different.
It's nothing like that because Tom Brady, in his heyday, he was out there just straight up sodomizing Bama's. Like the mess wasn't even close. the referees had nothing to do with it. But
Yeah.
the Chiefs, man, now they've gone to this is going to be their 4th straight Super Bowl that they've gone to.
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia has to win this game. Saquon Barkley, I need you to run for 350 yards on these good-for-nothing bastards and put 5 touchdowns on them. I want this score to be so outrageous. I want the score to be 50-10. That's what I want this score to be. Because if it's anything close, we're in bad shape. We're in bad shape. We're in bad shape.
Well, it doesn't start till what, 6 o'clock? Is that when it starts?
6:30's kickoff.
Good. I'm glad because I got somebody out there who's working at a house and they don't want to be around that house. That's where the party is. And I said, good. I don't think it'll start till 6. So I think you'll get out of there before it gets too rowdy and annoying for you.
Oh, it's going to get rowdy. Heck, it's going to be rowdy here. I'm throwing a party.
Oh, nice.
It's going to get wild up in here.
Nice.
Look, 2 things. No, one thing is guaranteed to happen, Adam. Yeah. I'm going to get naked. Either way, either from celebration or depression, I'm getting naked in some way, shape, or form. It's happening. Period. Not up for debate. It's happening.
And clip. I love you. Provide. It's great. I love it. Anyway, we hope everybody's having a good time out there. Let's say hello to the chat. And I want to do, I'll save that for a little later. But I would say hail howdy to the chat. I saw one of the conversations going on there. Carried over from Ball Buzzers. Hail howdy to good Sir Algrim the Strong and the Goddess, my mods here to keep the peace and do all kinds of moddy things. Hail to going down, scrolling. Hail Ruben X, are you my friend? Huzzah, son of Jock, sir. Hello, Kale. She says, "Go Chiefs." Okay. Listen. Like I said, I have no horse in this race, except for the fact that, as I said, I just want the Chiefs things to stop. It's annoying me, and I'm outside of sports. Here's how I'm outside of sports, and it's crept into my non-sports life. That's why I'm annoyed. And if you're not chatting and just watching, we're happy to have you guys here. We hope you're having a good time. Hit those like buttons, subscribe to the channels, and let's get this show on the road. So, it's what I call today, not sort of a cobbled together show because you guys know we like to try and do things a little bit more original. We don't try to copy what everybody else is doing. Unfortunately, this week we're going to copy what everybody else is doing because the stories are limited and the avenues of discussion on them are limited. But fortunately, we've sort of been talking about these a little bit. So it's not as though we're jumping into the conversation right into the deep end. We've been swimming around in the pool. We know we have some takes on these already. So what we're going to do today, first we're going to let Jed regale us with tales of MegaCon and how much fun it was to be on his feet for 12 hours. Then we're going to talk trailers. We're going to talk trailers because it's kind of a week of trailers where we got the Fantastic Four trailer and all its menace, its mehness. And also there are red flags in that trailer. I don't care what anybody says. There are red flags in that trailer. I've been
Thank you. That's why I thought when I saw it.
There are red flags. Some people go, no, there are red flags. So we're getting into that. We'll watch that one. Then we will gloss over the Jurassic Rebirth trailer. We will not watch that. Universal will hit us. They will hit us. We'll gloss over it. But that's going to lead to the conversation that's been had since Thursday, Friday, when the Jurassic Rebirth trailer dropped, that July's a very congested month of movies now, with all these release dates now locked in and coming out. You've got Superman, you've got Rebirth, and you've got Fantastic Four. A lot of differing opinions on which one wins. We're going to have to talk about that. We're going to make our cases, which one we think is going to win. I've already said it a couple different ways to this week, but I'm going to repeat myself, so bear with me. And then after that, once more, because we could talk about it because we talk about video games. We talk about the content of them and how it's bad. We spent a lot of time talking about how Assassin's Creed Shadows the content of it is retarded, how it's disrespectful. A game came out this week that a lot of people are looking forward to, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I've played the first one somewhat, so I have a little bit of reference point. At this point, I don't plan on playing the second one, but I know people who are, but I at least can understand the discussion. But there's a lot of discussion around this that to me is disingenuous. It is unnecessary. And it's where I want to take the conversation. It's revolving around the fact that we got some big wins in terms of shining a light on DEI, the disgustingness that's been going on in video games, and the track record of failure. Got a lot of wins, and the discussions around everything concerning Sweet Baby Inc. and all those games, that whether or not they were involved in the whole shebang from past couple years, there was legitimate things to be said about horrible indoctrination type shit. But suddenly, here comes Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and they're doing it with that, and it doesn't feel like it's necessary, and it feels like these are people, and we're not going to name names. You'll see faces in the articles that I bring up. We're not going to name names. They're just doing it for relevance. At least that's part of what I see. And then we'll see what we go from there. Anyways, all right. So, without further ado, Jed, why don't you regale us? How was MegaCon?
MegaCon was fantastic. This is the biggest showing that we've seen thus far. There was an insane amount of people at the meetup last night. There were 700 RSVPs. And for the first time since we've done the meetups at the Red Coconut Club, we hit capacity. Their people came out and stopped letting people in. And we're hoping that means we can get exclusive rights to the club next year, because it's still open to the public. So there's other people in there as well. But yeah, we started on Thursday with a great day at Universal, and we got connected with some Universal employees. So we all got fast passes just by standing next to this person. It was fantastic. So we got to ride Velocicoaster. And then the con was going on. The con was also bigger than ever. The reports that I heard for Saturday were 250,000 people were there.
I've heard a lot of talk about how this was one of the biggest turnouts, the most active. People were actively showing up for all these things, even for the garbage that we hate. People were actively showing up for these things.
There was a lot of people there, and I can't walk in the big hall. The hall is just so stuffed that there were actual injuries going on. There were too many people in there, and people passing out. And it was too crowded. It was way too crowded. But the Rippaverse booth this year was a lot better than last year. It was at a better position. It wasn't attached to the food court this time, so that's an improvement. And it had room for all the lines, so that helped quite a bit. And they, instead of just having one table that was like this wide, they had like 5 tables lined up together. So that booth was fantastic. All the Rippaverse people were great, helping us out and giving us time slots for using their booths to meet people. But yeah, the meetup, especially last night, I don't know how to explain this. There was way more people there, and the club was way more packed than I'd ever seen it before. But it was a lot more chill. It felt like everyone was used to this by now, because all the people who were there, at least most of them, were people who had been at previous meetups, and everyone was just so comfortable with each other. Everything flowed. Everyone knew each other, and it felt more like a family reunion than a meetup of strangers. And it was actually a really cool feeling, a really cool thing to be a part of. So if anyone gets a chance to go next year, I could definitely recommend it. Hopefully we can keep bringing new and exciting things, and definitely come to the MegaCon panel. We got a bigger hall, it looked like this time, and an actual stage, a projector, and we had a professional recording crew there. And we packed the room again. Don't know if any celebrities were there this time. I don't know if you guys remember the guy who played Ezra in Ahsoka slipped in and watched last year. There might have been actually a Superman in there. Apparently, the people who were in the room after us were the stars of Superman and Lois, so might have had a Superman watching us.
Okay.
Don't know. I can't confirm or deny. Would assume.
I know there were that several Supermen were in attendance at the con.
There's quite a bit of them, yeah.
Yeah, so you never know. You never know. Well, see, that is one of the things that is great about the truly organic growth of what we call the Fellowship and the 199, and all the connective tissue there. People showed up for the past, I would say now, 5-6 years to all these things, or at least showed up online. And then as soon as the idea for the events, the meetups began, people just wanted to hang out. And I know for a fact that as you go down it, people are showing up not so much to meet the bigger channels, the creators anymore. They're showing up to hang out with each other. They're showing up to chill out, have a good time, and do their own things. And they're then breaking off and doing their own stuff together. not so much for online purposes, but just hang out and have a good time. I mean,
100%.
we got several drunk phone calls or Discord pop-ins last night on Saturday. We got several of those last night, and we've been regaled with stories offline by other people. But all in all, I've heard that it was a really great time. But there is the common thing: everybody's feet are barking at this point. Everybody's exhausted. It's a lot of trucking around. And hey, listen, you earned whatever food and beverage you drank. You burned it off, I'm sure. But I'm really glad that it's a good time, especially because one of the things that I understand, and Dre, you can kind of maybe back me up on this. It's been going on for a while that conventions were being transformed into these commercialized things where the fans were being pushed away, and I don't want to say the normies because I have no problem with normies, but they tried to retailer these things for the people who are the clapping seals.
Oh, absolutely, 110% correct. Like, that's why I was so excited to actually get into Awesome Con this year, and I'm going to freaking tear the freaking house down. Because last year I got snubbed. And my booth I was supposed to have ended up being taken up for some movie, whatever nonsense it was. I pushed out my mind. I was pissed. But nonetheless, like, this used to be where we go to congregate, to be ourselves and be collective nerdgasms all over the place, and over the last few years it has been hijacked, call like it is, hijacked by the ideology of, hey, we're going to attract this new audience that doesn't exist, or just cast a wide net to the normies. Like, that's not it doesn't breed a successful con. Now, the reason why they did that was because San Diego used to be that con. San Diego was the con for all the movies and stuff because it makes sense. You're in California, you know. I mean, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But then they tried to spread that throughout all the cons across the country, and it became a disaster. And especially for creatives to not really have the spaces that we need. So now things are going back to the way they're supposed to be. So I'm happy about that. So I'm glad that MegaCon was such a success. Like, one of these days, I have to plan to actually do MegaCon. Granted, that's a heck of a travel.
Yeah.
But I gotta get down there, because year after year I keep telling myself I'm trying to get ducks in a row to get it down there. But like, MegaCon always look like a whole mess load of fun, and I really gotta figure out that. So I'm glad Jed, our resident Ginger Jesus, was actually able to have himself a good time.
So, because you mentioned that, there's something I forgot to say. Did you hear about this, Adam?
What?
Something I did on a Saturday.
You call about your cosplay? Yeah. I replied to it.
Oh, that's right. I did post that photo. So for those of you who don't know, I forgot I posted that. It was a long weekend, people.
Yeah.
It was a long day. That was like 2 lifetimes ago for me now.
Yeah.
But yes, for those of you who don't know, I dressed up as Ginger Jesus. I had a full costume. I had marker stains on my hands that are still there. It was wild. It was just an idea that people are everyone calls me Ginger Jesus, right? In the fellowship. And on the way home from Universal on Friday, just like, should I dress up as Jesus? I think they'll think it's funny. and then it's like, well, other people get offended though. There's a lot of religious people in the fellowship. And I just said, screw it.
Fuck it.
We
Go for it.
And even the most religious people were laughing. Like Jay, obviously, he's a very religious person, so I didn't know if he wouldn't approve. I knew he wouldn't, say anything, but he came up as soon as he saw me, took my hand, bowed, and pretended to kiss it, and said, "My Lord."
Nice.
I wanted to find a meme when I replied that gingers have no souls, but I just couldn't find one. So I went with the closest thing. MegaCon, it's a great time. I myself am hoping once I can get back down living in Florida to make it a thing. All right, bring it up. The chat wants to see it.
All right.
I'm hoping to get there. Once I move to Florida, I will definitely show up for that, because hey, it's a day trip. No problem. Not a problem. But yeah, so I'm glad that we're returning to normal, although this is not normal. That is not normal at all.
That's for you, chat. Those are 2 bed sheets. Yes, everyone was asking. I cut a hole in a white bed sheet we weren't using for my head.
Anything.
And then the rest is safety pins.
I'm reminded of an old Kids in the Hall joke where you could do anything as long as you do through the hole in the sheet. I'm just reminded of that.
True.
I don't know why.
That's actually quite good, though.
Ginger Jesus.
And that's my Air Force belt I'm wearing around my waist.
Oh my God.
I don't know if our souls are saved or not. That's the problem.
I had to bless a lot of people. Everyone was asking for blessings, so doing the cross. One idea that Dreaming Tabitha had when she saw me do a cross is like, you got to get a little bit more nerdy. Do the Spock, live long and prosper. Cross.
Okay, positivity over. No more positivity. That was it. We got it out of the way. We front loaded it. Oh, well, one last thing of positivity. I will do this. I forgot to do it last month because of, I don't know, reasons, but free gifties. Free gifties in the chat. There you go, people. Free gifties. There you go. You get access to all my archived video game playthroughs on the main channel. That's dozens and dozens of hours of me being, I hope, a fun, entertaining gamer. So there you go. Thank you. This is just have fun with it, guys. Okay, so now let's start negativity because that's what we're here for, honestly. We're not here for me to be happy. We're not here for Jet to bless us. And we hope that Dre has a good Sunday with football, but we're not here.
Oh my God, please, Jesus, yes, please.
Bless him, kid. Bless him. All right, so I want to do this real quick, though. They dropped another 3 episodes of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man this week, and it's bad. It's just so bad. But you know what's great? What?
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. You know what? You know how I know it's working, or at least that our criticism's working. I've been called a racist multiple times this week. Again, it's been a while. Because I made fun of race and gender swapped Lizard. They also apparently gender swapped a villain called the Unicorn this week. I had that pointed out to me. Instead of a man, it was a very large Eastern European woman, and who Spider-Man was not allowed to hit. They've made it a point now in 5 episodes. Spider-Man's not allowed to hit anybody, especially women. He just dances around them and shoots webbing. No punches thrown, but they can beat the ever-loving shit out of him. Okay, it can happen. I have the video evidence. But here's the thing I want to just mention as I'm going over this stuff. I am bored, not with the show, but I am bored with the fact that I could talk about anything, and I'm just going to be called a racist. It's just so boring now that somebody says, oh, your racism is showing, or to comment on something that we talked about last week when we were making fun of shit. We got a commentary of, I was with you guys on all the Doctor Who stuff until you started talking about your bigotry and this and show through. It's like, I am so bored with this. It's all they have when they criticize us. It's all they can say. And I remember, I'm old enough as a white man to remember when the threat of being called a racist scared me. It was a frightening aspect in the 90s and early 2000s, or through the 2000s, to be called a racist. And there was the literal meme, I'm looking around for a black friend so I can't be called a racist. It was a thing. Drake can understand this.
Absolutely, 100%.
And back then, I remember, oh shit, I don't want to be called a racist. Be careful. Now you're a racist. I go, great, another day that ends in Y, I guess. I don't care because it's meaningless. And it just shows you the discourse is meaningless to these people. I mean, I was having a discussion with Drew Outstanding on Mellow Mondays last week where we were talking about interacting with fake fans and stuff like that. And what's the line when you could talk to people? And Drew was talking about how he's learning how to find out when he can have a real discussion with somebody or when they're just a clapping seal and an idiot. And I said to him, you're a better man than I, because I automatically classify them all as clapping seal, window licking morons. Because I don't give any of them the time of day. I don't. I'm there to troll them, make fun of them. If I see pronouns or flags in your bios, then I automatically know what I'm dealing with. And I don't give you the benefit of the chance to change my mind, because I've been at this long enough now that when I even talk about something, and I don't even have to mention race or gender, I'll be called a racist and a bigot for no reason.
That's true.
So I'm bored with it. It's not even fun to roast them anymore. I'll roast the ones that attack me for this and that. Like for all right, let me present you the example of this. In episode 3 or 2 or I think it was 3, Black Norman Osborn busts Peter Parker as Spider-Man because he catches him changing in a stairwell on camera. Now, I made fun of it in the episode when I said, okay, so it was a coincidence that this camera, I can understand there being security cameras all over Oscorp. I question whether or not there's one in the stairwell, but okay, fine. But it was such a good coincidence that it catches Peter changing in the stairwell. But then we learn right away when Peter tries to talk his way out of it, and Norman Osborn says, no, Peter, those are not security playing a prank on me. Those are my personal cameras that only I have access to. And I commented the fact that is some of the shittiest writing possible, that Norman Osborn has his personal cameras are watching stairwells? Jed, as a writer, does that make any sense?
I mean, not really. If you're a personal security, I can see wanting to cover means of approach, but from what I've seen of that clip, that's not a stairwell to his office, is it?
No, it's a stairwell in the building.
It's just some random ass stairwell. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. If it was like a private stairwell or a way to get quick access to Norman, I can see his personal security dealing with that. But no, this random stairwell is the responsibility of the building security. It's just lazy writing.
Why is that his personal security feed that only he has access to?
What's the point of that?
So I get a rando saying, "Oh, what are you making fun of that for? What are you talking about doing?" I'm saying, and I roasted that person. That's easy. But with the people who come at me about the racism, it's not even fun anymore to roast them, because it is the lowest form of attack that they have now. And Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man has reopened those doors, because there is just low-hanging racism that the stereotypical racism they're putting all over the show, and we're making fun of it. So I'm just so bored. I'm so bored. It's boring. And I wanted to get that off my chest. I don't require, if you guys want to add something to that, I had to rant about it, and it was best done here. So with that said, let's move on to the garbage, shall we?
That wasn't the garbage?
I was about to say the same thing.
No, that was just me ranting. That was just me ranting. This is the real garbage. Fantastic Four First Steps trailer. Have we all seen this?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to go through it for the simple fact that I want to stop on the red flags and get everybody's commentary and see whether or not I am overthinking this. Because sometimes it needs to be pointed out to me that maybe I overthink things and maybe get benefit of doubt. But either way, here we go. Fantastic Four First Steps, or what I'm calling into failure, because nothing has changed my mind about this movie. Its menace of this trailer makes it even worse.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7 on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
All right, red flag number 1, Pedro Pascal.
Without question, 100% I agree.
Yep.
Does that man have testosterone in his body?
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No.
Some dude probably sucked it out of him. So,
definitely.
Yeah, so like when I did my review of this trailer, that was the first thing that stood out to me was this dude don't belong here. And me and my cousin, we were joking around like, is he the new Ricky Ricardo? Like, is Pedro Pascal the new
check
Ricky
mark?
Ricardo?
He's a check mark.
Literally, he's some type of Mexican. I don't know what kind he is, but he's somebody from that can pass as white, that can play in all these different roles. This smells like Ricky Ricardo to me.
And get rid of the porn stash.
Yeah.
Get rid of the porn stash.
Obviously, there's some Reed Richards with a full, thick beard, kind of like John Krasinski's version.
Yeah, that's a man.
I've never seen this scruff. He's not a scruff character. It's too Tony
just
Stark.
walked on set and they just said start filming. You just showed up. He's Pedro Pascal. He's not Reed Richards. Does any of this feel like Reed Richards to anyone?
No.
No.
And he's a man. He's a manlet.
He looks way off. He looks way off. Nah, I'm sorry. He just looks way off, and it's nice off.
And he's a manlet.
Mm-hmm.
He's got no masculinity to him. I mean,
I think some of the other casting is okay at best.
Barely.
Maybe good in Vanessa Kirby's case. Maybe a little late for her. But
I'm gonna have a hot take here. I'm not really on the Vanessa Kirby train. Yes, she's a pretty woman, but I don't get the heart. I don't get the massive heart on everybody has for her. I don't. It's not. It hasn't reached me. It has not reached me. Anyway, let's keep going. Right, Baxter Building, fine, whatever. It's fine. I'm got a problem with that.
Kirby, how's that sauce coming?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be the judge.
Okay. All right. Here we go. The other controversy. On the one half, you've got this design of Ben Grimm, The Thing. Design first. I don't have a problem with the design. It's it's old school Kirby-esque. So
yes,
I'm not crying about the design. Frankly, I prefer this over the more humanized version in the past. This looks like The Thing. I have no problem with the look. The CGI is going to be a little iffy, but the look is fine. Right?
Yes, I think the look of The Thing, and I mentioned it before, it's spot on. I really enjoy this. It's just the movement is off. The movement later on in the trailer, when we see him run and do certain things in certain aspects, I'm like, okay, there's some movement problem with this design. But as far as The Thing is concerned, I really, really like this. Me personally, I selected 2005 Thing a little bit more. Personally, because I like practical effects. That's just me.
Yeah.
I like that version of The Thing. But as far as trying to get Kirby accurate Thing, 100%. Yeah. No question, it's tremendous.
It's Kirby accurate. I'm fine with it. Although it was brought up on Friday on Ballbusters. Might have even been Static that said it. I don't remember. Looks like the way they've done the suit, they're doing that to save on trying to show his full body. It might be a cheat.
I mean, Marvel is very practiced at removing clothing or changing clothing with CGI.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just mean like the white suits in Endgame were 100% CGI, and all 12 people who were wearing them.
Yeah.
So they're more practiced with that.
All right, thanks, Static. Static says it was Bug that said it. Okay, it was Bug. Thank you, Static.
My bigger problem with The Thing is I'm not a fan of the look. I know it's more comic book accurate. I think it would be better if it was just brow line. Like I like the idea of it coming out over his eyes and having small eyes. I just don't like how it like has gaps on the sides and like sticks out like eyebrows. It's just kind of weird to me that it's disconnected on the sides. But the bigger problem for me is the voice.
All right. Let's play it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it now. Let's let the full part play.
Do that. Okay. Is this guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious. I just want to add a little bit of zip. Okay.
Okay, Jed. It is wrong.
It's very wrong. That voice would be fine for pre-transformation, Ben. I think that works. But when you're The Thing, you expect a deep, masculine, gravelly voice. Gravelly is the term, obviously, that people have been using a lot. And I don't think it's that difficult for this actor just to put on a little bit of a baritone in the recording booth or however they're doing his lines on set. It isn't much to ask for him to try. But they must have told him, use your regular-ass voice. And I think that's a mistake. I think the actor could have pulled it off.
You make a good point. I didn't even think about that.
At the same time,
it's a direction issue.
And Dre, you've heard many vocal adaptations of The Thing in your years. This is not even as a regular voice, Ben Grimm. Grimm is where's the New Yorkese? Do you hear this guy going, "Hey, Stretch"? Do you hear him saying that? Do you hear that? Does that?
Do you hear him saying it's clobbering time?
No, under no.
It's going to be cheesy as hell, and they're going to hang a lantern on it. Like, pull up, it's clobbering time, and everyone's going to look at him like, are you high? And he's like, I just thought it'd be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
it's weird. And Jed, you made an excellent point because I really didn't even think about it. I didn't really think about the voice. I think I was so hung up on just trying the visuals that I didn't even think about taking in the voice. And the voice, you're 100% correct. Absolutely, unequivocally incorrect. Every version of The Thing is graspy, low down New York style, type of gruff type of thing, and this is not it. This is not it. You're correct.
Ben Grimm does not have proper diction.
No, he does not.
This guy has proper diction. This is not the Thing. It may look like the Thing, but already massive red flag. I'm not getting the Thing. Even though they're going to show some visuals here that are going to give us the tragedy of Ben Grimm as the Thing and how he feels. There's going to be a massive an audio uncanny valley here. And I think it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt.
Okay.
All right, so we're 37 seconds in and out of a minute 37 teaser trailer, and all we've heard about is dinner. Really? All we've heard about is dinner. And now here comes a chalkboard.
Before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock.
The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught fire.
Ben has always been a...
All right, we'll stop right there. So we had 20 seconds of Reed essentially whining. Mr. Fantastic whining.
I told you this was going to happen. I told you the moment they would cast Pedro Pascal in there, it's like he's going to spend 2 hours whining, isn't he? And what am I seeing on here? He's whining.
He's not going to be the leader of the Fantastic
Four.
Four.
Dragon Lady
going to be
Gold.
around Invisible Woman.
Yep, she called it 100%.
This back half of the trailer, the remaining 30 seconds of the trailer, are Sue Storm being more of a man. She might be Sue Richards because they're sleeping in the same bed there. She might be Sue Richards this point.
Well, one thing that I did notice is Mr. Fantastic is the only one who we don't get to see use his powers.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything. He doesn't stretch once in this entire
They
thing.
probably think it's stupid. Like I think just like Clobbering Time, there will be moments where they make fun of classic Fantastic Four stuff. Hang a lantern on it.
I've heard it posed that they haven't probably finished the effects for him yet. That might be a thing. I don't know. I'm not. I think they're hiding it because I think it's going to look like shit. That's my.
I agree with that.
I think it looks like shit. And you notice Johnny has like one line in this. That dude they don't give anything to say. I mean, he doesn't look. None of these people have a presence on the screen. Am I wrong saying that?
Nope.
No.
None of them are jumping out. I mean, when we got anybody on a screen, I guess I'll use it. Even when we got the 2 seconds of John Krasinski as Reed Richards, you felt it.
Yeah.
You felt it. I feel nothing from any of these people. All right, let's finish this up.
Rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together.
I'm just pausing it because now here comes in two things. Two things I'm going to complain about, but I'm just pausing for transitional purposes. All right. Good place to stop. Well, we saw the running there. So Johnny, now, as we come to the last 15 seconds of this, you notice we've not seen the Silver Surf her either. That has been conspicuously left out of this when that's going to be a major part of the movie. And they know they don't want that backlash right now. They don't. They do not. We've got John Malkovich as what I hear is the Red Ghost.
I believe that's who he's supposed to be playing.
What I hear, and I know nothing about that villain, so I have no comment on whether or not it's going to be a good idea. But here comes two things. Now, here comes Galactus.
This is the problem.
Red flag. Red flag. Now, I have been told, because I am no expert on Galactus, I've been told that he can shrink his size.
Yes, he can.
But I don't believe they're going to have him be planet-devouring size when he arrives. I think this is his size for the movie. I think he shows up like this, and that's a problem.
First of all, I don't like this one bit on any level, on any scale. We are introducing the Fantastic Four, and immediately we're going into Galactus.
we've
What are,
mentioned that in the past. That is
what are we
wow.
doing here?
Well,
that's a huge problem for me because Galactus is, as you can imagine, global level threat to say the least. And when the Fantastic Four do face off, they've already put together a new plan. They've already got teams in play. They've already contacted the Avengers. Like, there's a lot of moving pieces before Galactus is supposed to be showing up here. And the fact that he's already here and being featured, I have a very bad feeling that they're going to make him a one-off, and I'm going to burn the theater to the ground.
Here's why you're probably right. He's going to be one-off for, and you mentioned a couple of things. Usually, you already have the Silver Surfer on your side before you're going to fight him.
It's so much.
Now he's going to be a one-off because this isn't the MCU timeline. This is this is a multiverse piece of shit. So that's why he's going to be a one-off. This isn't the MCU Galactus. This is a Galactus that will be defeated easily, I assume.
Oh, they haven't learned their lessons from Kang, having him be defeated every time he shows up, but still make us think he's an Avengers level threat.
No, this is so bad. Yeah. Like, this is the thing. This is the thing I had a problem with. You do not introduce Galactus, period, until you have established everything. Period. It's not even the 2000s one was smart enough to know not to put him in the first film.
Yeah, but then they made him a cloud.
That's actually what I thought you were going to say, Adam. It was a red flag that he wasn't a cloud.
It's like this is a nightmare, and that's that. Like, I love Galactus, and now, okay, if we want to play a stupid game, which I know we are going to play a stupid game because that's what Marvel does.
Yeah,
Galactus does cross into different dimensions. He does have that ability to do that. If they pull this garbage, talking about he's gonna transfer over to the MCU when this is all said and done, and he didn't really die, but he was defeated because the Silver Surfer lady titties, whatever the situation is gonna be his undoing. They don't understand how galactic threats work in comics. They don't get it. It's that you do not do one-offs for Galactus. That's not what you do. Nothing that they can do is going to be satisfactory. Let's get that out the way first and foremost.
Oh, yeah.
And secondly, if they do one-off, you just wasted Galactus. And we're going to reintroduce him again? Get the freak out of here. Like,
I've heard it postulated that when whatever this happens in this universe is going to collapse by the end of this movie, because this is the MCU Fantastic Four. They have to be folded in to the main timeline for Secret Wars and Doomsday and that crap. They're going to come with a warning that Galactus is out there. That's what I've heard, that this is so that they can warn the real MCU that Galactus is coming or whatever, or a threat. I don't know. But this is the massive red flag. What I called Godzilla-sized Galactus is not a good look. Not a good look.
Agree.
At the same time, I go back to the point they're hiding Silver Surfer. I guarantee they're not going to get the Power Cosmic right. Not at all.
Oh, don't even say that out loud.
Power Cosmic. It's like the ultimate fucking trump card. It's the Power freaking Cosmic. They're not going to get that right. And then there's this.
As a family.
That music is gay. Jed knows I like some good choral music, but that is just
choral music shouldn't be in English or in words at all. That's when it's great. I don't want to hear you know.
This is Limp Wrist prancing around the prairie gay.
Oh, God,
and I feel comfortable saying that because we're in a new era. All right,
awesome.
I'm not gonna pretend. This has problems all over it. Now, it has been well received. Let's look at 824 upvotes on the MCU channel. It has been well received.
Absolutely.
Because as much as we track these red flags, this was a safe trailer.
Absolutely.
It was incredibly safe, and it was far better than I expected it to be. Like, obviously, I wasn't expecting Snow White level of cringe and backlash or anything, but I thought maybe just middling at best is what I was expecting. But this It's solid. Even I had to watch this and say, it doesn't look terrible. Obviously, it makes no difference on my expectations for the film itself because we'd seen a lot of these images and whatnot previously. So I already knew what the art style was and the aesthetic and whatnot. But, you know, I can at least say Marvel's marketing is getting a little bit smarter, if not their creative team.
And there hasn't been a lot of drama surrounding this movie.
Agreed.
It's been shot. It's done. It's in the can, essentially. They're probably just putting
Were there any big reshoots?
No, we heard of.
Not that I know of. The longest thing was the casting took forever. That's what, from what I understand.
I mean, the budget is probably significantly smaller than the criticisms we have for everything else. It's probably locked in around, I would say, between 250 and 300. That's my guess, because there's a lot of special effects in this.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
The cast is not an unknown cast, so they have to pay out a little bit. And there's going to be a lot of marketing involved in this. A lot. I mean,
and that's what, so trying to predict the budget for this is actually kind of tough for me.
Yeah.
Because CGI heavy. That's where most of the money is going. Period. CGI heavy, but I don't know how they're actually going to market this film because this movie has to be a success. Let's just call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
This movie has to do well.
Yeah.
Period. It has to do well. So I don't know how much they're going to dump into marketing so that the budget doesn't.
Normies. You need the normies to be interested in this. So let's put a pin in that because we're going to come back to its success failure ratio in a moment. Because now let's jump to the other trailer that we got this week, the Rebirth trailer, which is also quite meh. Now, I have been out of the Jurassic Park, Jurassic World thing for a very long time. Listen, I was out at the second movie because I read the second book, and that movie butchered it. It butchered it hard.
Yeah.
There was no T-Rex running around San Diego. It didn't happen in the book. That's what I was out, and I've seen the third one, of course, and that's just fan fiction at this point.
Yeah.
You're not working on Michael Crichton's world anymore. And then we get the World trilogy, and we know how those have done. But here's the thing: whether we like it or not, this movie has traction. So we're just going to scroll through this.
I do want to say originally when this film was announced, I rolled my eyes. I've seen all three of the World films, and I think the first one is enjoyable, but the other two are just dog crap. Dog crap. But I rolled my eyes, wasn't expecting anything good. And then I started to hear some interviews from the writers. Some people who worked on the original film were coming back, and just some of the rules that they had in place getting a little bit more scientifically accurate, going away from in Dominion in 2 years. 20 dinosaurs somehow repopulated the entire planet, and there were dinosaurs on all 7 continents. Don't know how that's possible. But the new film was like, hey, that's dumb. Dinosaurs can't live in snow, so let's have them all congregate back around the equator, which makes a little bit more sense. You still have to swallow the whole. They've repopulated the earth and crossed oceans. But there were starting to be some at least logical takes and logical ideas being put out there by the people behind it. Then I watched this trailer. I was like, oh, it's just like Dominion. Okay, it's going to be crap.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, Jed. It doesn't matter.
There it is.
Print money.
There it is. I mean, yeah. So put a pin in that. Let's just go through it real quick. We got ScarJo and the dude she's going to save the whole movie.
We have to believe that she's the hardened bodyguard type.
Then we've got
Blade.
Mahershala Ali.
That is Mahershala Ali, who had time to do a whole nother movie while they're trying to make Blade. Think about that. Think about that. He had time to do a whole nother movie while they have been trying to get Blade off the starting block. So he's in there. And then they're going to go to the island because apparently if this is the original island from the first story.
What?
Yes. And everything that was left there, the worst of their genetic experiments are left there, and they need to get genetic material from the 3 worst ones for medical purposes that will revolutionize science. That's what I got from this. So
they're going to cure cancer with dino babies, and they need the top predators to do it.
Why?
It felt like a video game plot to me.
Yeah.
Just
So they're gonna be attacked by everything. From what I understand, and I do know this because I did read. I read most of the original first book. I was very young and I couldn't finish it, but they're putting in scenes that were left out of the original movie that were in the first book into this one. They're actually putting those in here now, and that's supposed to make people happy. And I'm trying to find the picture of this weird ass looking dinosaur that is going to be excuse me, hunting them. I'm trying to find it. There it is. Wait. I don't want to hit the play button. There it is. There it is. This thing that looks like it's got Downsy dinosaur. That's what we called it on Friday. Downsy dinosaur.
Do you know what the design
it's got
inspiration?
Arms.
Do you know what the design inspiration for it was, though? You're gonna love this, Adam.
Was it a Rancor?
It's a combination between a T-Rex, a Xenomorph, and the Rancor.
Yeah, I heard that the guy who did this was like, we take inspiration from Star Wars. Yeah.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
So, and we're gonna get another shot of it. There's another shot in a room. You'll see it through a. Here it is. There it is again.
I'm just done with genetically engineered dinosaurs, okay?
What are we doing?
Blair was a moron and the villain of the first Jurassic Park movie. She said people were getting bored with dinosaurs after 2 years. I don't believe you. Dinosaurs are awesome. They would never get tired of T-Rex. If they did, it would take decades upon decades of an operational park.
Yeah, and then
we don't need to make it more.
I'm very confused. So this doesn't feel like Jurassic Park to me. Is this just a horror film?
Essentially, it feels like it. It feels like it. They're going to be chased and murdered. And there's a line in here that says, "Oh, what are we even doing here? Are we going to survive?" He says, "We're someplace that nobody wants to be. Of course, we're not going to survive." I mean,
yeah. So this is just a horror film now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I feel like this is the Alien Romulus, just the bait and switch.
And then they're being hunted by Spinosaurs in the water. And then there's like and ScarJo looking all badass.
Oh yeah,
making her
there
black.
Is absolutely no definition on her arm.
Making her Black Widow face and everything.
I love me some ScarJo, but come on now.
There we go. Jurassic World Rebirth. Coming out. I think it comes out. What does it say here when it comes out? It just says July. I think
it comes out. Bunch of movies in July. Jesus.
Yeah, well that's where we're going with this. So here you go. You got this. All right, let's get off the screen now. Don't need any more. We scrolled through it. You had the gist of it. We've got in July Fantastic Four, Jurassic Park World Rebirth, and Superman.
Good Lord, man.
I'm going to bring this up right here just so we have something as a backdrop. These are what retards believe. Just because things get views, they think that it's going to be fire. Morons.
No, that's not how things work. And this is look, if I was DC, I'd be terrified right now.
So here's the thing. So here is the question. This is the discussion of the week at this point. Everybody's talking about it, so we're going to weigh in on ourselves. Which one of these three movies wins? Superman, Jurassic Park, or Jurassic World, again, or Fantastic Four? Because here's how I see it. I'm going to go first. Let me set the ground rules on how I see this. If Superman is good, it wins. If Superman lands, hits all the right moments, is a good movie, fun, it wins hands down. No matter what, though, Fantastic Four loses. It is going to lose low. And the way, but now, realistically speaking, I think the winner, because right here, Stack says it right here, dinosaurs.
Not even close.
Jurassic World Rebirth will win. I don't know if it's going to make $1 billion, but it's going to make the most. It has the easiest hill to climb because normies can. there's less of a problem thinking, oh hey, I'll watch dinosaurs, than oh man, am I gonna really want to watch the Superman? Oh man, am I gonna watch another MCU movie? It's gonna disappoint me. No, dinosaurs, don't care. Dinosaurs killing people. Easy math. How do we feel? Go.
Look, this is my problem here. There's a lot to unpack here. First and foremost, we don't have dates, and that's very, very, very important.
We do. We have 2 dates. We have July 11th is Superman, and 25th is Fantastic Four.
Okay. So then the only question that matters where is Jurassic Park landing?
I believe, let me check. I believe Jurassic Park comes out after Superman, but before Fantastic Four. Let me check.
If that's the case, then Superman has a week to make its money. Because if Fantastic Four is the 25th,
July 2nd. Jurassic World, July 2nd. Superman, I believe, is Superman Legacy. July 11th. So it goes Rebirth, Superman, Fantastic Four.
Ooh, boy. That's a tough ask. Ooh, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Jurassic Park is going to eat. Let's just get that out the way.
Yeah, dinosaurs.
It's going to eat. Everybody's going to go see it. Everybody's bringing their kids to go see it. And it's going to make $800-900 million. I'm certain of it. No matter how bad these movies are, dinosaurs sell. Period.
Yes. Jed, you saw the other 3. They were horrible movies, but they made money.
It's unbelievable how much money these films, like Dominion especially. I thought after Fallen Kingdom, which was garbage and everyone said they hated, that we'd see a decline. There wasn't a decline. Dominion killed it, relatively speaking, depending on the time when it came out. But I don't understand it. I put the success of especially Jurassic World Dominion in the same category as Avatar. I can't quite wrap my mind around it, but it's guaranteed success at this point. So Reboot is going to do stupid good numbers. I'm betting, depending on its budget. Do we know its budget? Probably 200 million.
I can look it up.
Well, I'm just looking at Jurassic World Dominion. The budget was $265 million, and box office $1.004 billion.
They're saying 265 for this one too.
I have no reason to think this show isn't going to make $800-900 million. I've got no evidence to the contrary. This show is going to feast. And if Superman's right, oh man, that's tough. Superman is the week after.
Yeah. That's
tough, man.
That's the thing. If Superman is good, if it flies, if it's hope-filled, it flies. If Corn Sweat Wallet actually pulls it off. Now there is a thing here. There is a thing that's I brought this up on Ballbusters. Hang on, I should have let's see if it comes up right here. What's her name? Okay, here it is. Hang on, let me get her name up here. The chick who's playing Superman. Red carpet. Let's see if it's.
Well, Adam, while you're digging that up, here's just what my thought is. Jurassic World is going to outsell everybody. It's going to outsell everyone. That's fine. At this rate, Fantastic Four is cooked. Let's just put that.
Too much competition.
Too much.
I haven't added it for that because there's a reason it's cooked.
It's too much. So let's just say Jurassic World, which we know probably is going to be a garbage movie, but it's going to sell. Like maybe the second week drop off is going to be hit because Superman's coming out that weekend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But if Superman doesn't kill,
it's second place.
Jurassic World is just going to continue to eat.
There are now 2 reasons why I'm suddenly feeling a little positive about Superman. The new Lois Lane. Hi.
Yeah, she's hot.
Hi. Hello.
What an upgrade from Amy Adams.
Yes.
Huge. In both
huge upgrade. Listen, I'm suddenly interested.
I believe Henry Cavill Superman regretted having X-ray vision looking at Amy Adams.
Oh yeah.
So,
That's a waste of good X-ray vision.
that is a fine looking woman, and I didn't know she was packing that kind of heat. So good job, Corn Swallet. I hope you made good work of that. But you mentioned Captain America. I'm going to mention Captain America. You mentioned Fantastic Four. I ruined my lead-in. Here's this right now. There's another reason Fantastic Four will be the ultimate loser in this, because next, you know what next Friday is? Captain Black Falcon Day.
I forgot that movie's.
Valentine's Day.
Oh, baby!
So how many breakups are going to be happening on this day?
But this movie is poised for disaster. They've released the Chinese promotional material. Have you seen this?
I've seen one of them.
Look at this.
No shot.
He's not even
Make it
there.
bigger. Make it bigger.
I don't know if I can. I can't.
It's just a picture, yeah.
He's not even there.
It's worse than that. That's not him. If you look at the outline, that is a Mexican man with a goatee.
No, it's Mao. It's Mao. I can see
Mao.
It looks like Mao to me. I see Mao in there.
I see a goatee. I think it looks like a Mexican man.
That is wild.
This is so much worse than just putting on Black Panther's helmet or Shrieking Finn.
Oh my
This is literally cutting him out entirely and leaving a hole in his place.
Oh my god! They did a cutout. Wait, is that supposed to be a cutout? Is it? Wait, no, it's not.
No, it's
the,
not.
The wall is brown. Never mind.
I don't know what they were thinking.
What is going on?
Real quick for this because it's relevant. Sammy 1000 for $2. Mission Impossible win the box office. That's in May. That's 2 months before this, Sam. That's a different conversation. Mission
I
Impossible
hope it does win, though. I really do.
It'll probably do fine, but that has no relevance whatsoever. On
it'll be already
movies.
On its way out by now. By the time these come out, or out already.
Yeah, that's 2 months prior.
It's got a good time slot this time. It's not coming out right before Barbenheimer this time.
No competition, none. So, I agree.
Should do well. It's by itself.
Mission Impossible, and I've predicted it's going to do well. We go back to talk predictions, do well, but it is not germane to this particular competition of box office. But thank you, Sam 8000 for the $2. Yeah, but this is a joke. The Chinese are once they've been lied to. They have no idea they're walking into Anthony Mackie as Captain America. You know they don't. They're going to walk in there, and the Chinese racisms are going to say, "Oh no, gamer word man is in this. Word is going to spread like wildfire, and ain't nobody going to see this movie."
Well, how well did Black Panther do in China? I know it did insanely well domestically, but its international was fine.
It's probably on the numbers still. You probably find on the numbers.
Freaking crazy.
But
they just took the dude out completely. Holy
it's not even. That's not even his silhouette there.
It's not.
It's not.
Is that dude wearing a hat? Like what is going on?
That's like the Mao haircut, dude. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's Mao. With a Mao haircut.
Anthony Mackie does not have that hair.
No, he has no hair.
Crazy.
He's shaved. His head is shaved.
Oh. And they're still trying to seduce China, right? They're still trying to
Obviously, this is an attempt. So here's the thing. You've got this bomb's going to drop in literally less than a week now. This is your lead in MCU-wise to Fantastic Four First Steps. This could have such a sour taste in everybody's into the normie mouth. Normies are like, man, that last MCU movie was shit. Why am I gonna go see this one? I'm not gonna bother with that. And then you've got that's what I'm saying. Fantastic Four will not do well with its budget of likely $250 to $300 million. I think I'm on the record saying, I know I said it Friday. I think I said it before on a previous roundtable. This thing tops out between $500 $600 million.
That's a little high, but yeah, that's definitely the top end.
Yeah.
Pretty
no, and even if that doesn't even scratch the surface of this thing's budget.
Yeah.
Oh my stars and stripes.
Well, but I'm saying Fantastic Four. This. Wait, I said Captain America or Fantastic Four. Which one did I just say?
Captain America was.
no, I meant Fantastic Four.
Okay.
Fantastic Four.
I can see that.
500, 600 million. This one, 300 or 400.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Oh man, that is so embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. This is crazy, bro. Come on. I know y'all don't like colors over there, but grief, bro. And oh no.
Yeah. So
I just looked up the numbers for Black Panther, both of them, and Black Panther 1 made 100 million in China. The second one made 15.
Oh my god.
I think they couldn't be tricked a second time.
No. So there it is right there. Superman, or let's go in order. Jurassic World Rebirth, Superman, Fantastic Four. I don't see how they beat Rebirth. Dinosaurs, it's such an easy win. It's such an easy win.
And that's the only one. That's the only one I'm actually interested in. All this lot that's being mentioned. That's the only one I'm interested in. And yeah, obviously, because I'm a dinosaur nut job. You should have seen me in the Museum of Natural History last year in London. I was trying not to break my bank patterns with going on a spending spree in the shop. But that's the only one I'm interested in because I do like the Park films. It's a film which I try and pretend doesn't exist.
Unbelievable.
And I even like the Jurassic World films because they are trying, and I get understand why they're doing what they're doing, but
dinosaurs.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
It's dinosaurs.
That's it. If you put dinosaurs in it, they will come. I love dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs. I'm a grown man. I haven't been to the Natural History Museum in decades, and I live right down the street from it. Yeah. I love dinosaurs.
Listen.
Same here. And I'm a woman. I love them. And I still buy things with dinosaurs splattered on the front of it.
they transcend no matter if you're male or a female. Like just some old dinosaurs just intrigues everybody.
Yeah.
Them Jurassic World movies are bad. All three of them are bad films. Yet everybody, including my sorry blacktail, went to go see the first one. I went to go see the first one. That joke took my money, and I sat there, cried in the front row because I didn't know what the heck was going on. It was a waste of my time in Dominus Rex. What are we doing? What are we doing here?
I watched it on TV. I did not pay money for that one. I saw it on.
The other two I watched on TBS or whatever cable channel that was on.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. They tricked me the first time, but the other time, no.
It's Static for a 3-month member message says again, just dinosaurs.
That's all you need.
Static is all excited. He doesn't care how much hate he gets from the rest of us. He just says dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's dinosaurs, and that's all that matters. So that's why I'm very concerned about Superman. We already know Fantastic Four is done, dead, bury it, drown it, whatever you gotta do. That one has no chance. Yeah. But Superman has to work for the DCU to even exist.
Mm-hmm.
Them dinosaurs are fitting to eat up that box office. Okay? I'm predicting that there'll be a second week drop off just because Superman is brand new.
Mm-hmm.
But if that movie, but you said, Adam, you said it. If that movie ain't good, everybody's going back to see Jurassic Park the next week.
Yeah.
Period. And no one's going to see Fantastic Four at that point, so it doesn't.
No, I mean Fantastic Four. That's the end of the month. I think it's got so little interest. I mean, we're not talking about the discussion around Here's the discussion around these three movies the past 2 months. Superman. It's yay. We hope. Not morons on social media. They're idiots. But general discussion. There's no hope for this. It's praying that it's good. Jurassic World Rebirth trailer comes out universally. Jed, everybody, I'm sure at MegaCon if the conversation came up said that trailer was garbage, right? When the conversation came up.
100%. It was roasted. Even at the panel at MegaCon, they were talking about how dumb it looked.
But everybody agrees. I'm gonna bring Static's member month chat up again. Dinosaurs. Everybody agrees. Dinosaurs. Doesn't matter if the franchise is starting to rot or anything. Normies will show up for dinosaurs. Plain and simple. And then what's been discussed? So everybody may be roasting the trailer, but everybody understands dinosaurs. Dinosaurs.
Period.
Simple. Fantastic Four, what's been discussion for days? Either meh, safe, or complaining about the red flags. No excitement.
Oh no, there is no excitement for the
No.
Fantastic Four at all.
None.
And look, and like even growing up, I was not a big fan of Marvel's First Family. It just wasn't my.
I don't like the Fantastic Four. I never have. I think
Like I like Fantastic Four adjacent things. Silver Surfer. Yeah. Silver Surfer, Galactus, Thanos. All these things that are cosmic adjacent of the Fantastic Four, I'm into. But the Fantastic Four themselves, it never had appeal.
I like the Thing. I like Ben Grimm. Ben Grimm is fun, but Reed Richards, he's the ultimate lever of save everything. Oh, Reed will fix it.
Yeah,
Reed Richards will fix it.
Don't get a jail free card. But think about that, Adam. As individuals outside of Invisible Woman, nobody cares about her. Like as individuals, you put them in different places, but not as the Fantastic Four.
No, I mean
like Reed Richards. Reed Richards is in Illuminati grouping. That's where I put Reed Richards.
Mm-hmm.
The Thing, I have him paired up with She-Hulk in all the adventures that they had.
Mm-hmm.
When Johnny Storm is actually being a chance to be OP, he's a singular good character. But together, I can give a crap.
And I'm gonna be honest, hot gooner take. Sue Storm ain't even in my top 5 hot Marvel women.
Not even close. Now, granted, she has been introduced in Marvel Rivals, and they sexied her up. I expect that.
Yeah. I mean, my top 5 Marvel women. It starts with Rogue. It starts and ends with Rogue. Then you got Black Cat.
Absolutely. Well,
then you got Mary Jane. You got Mary Jane Watson.
That's fair.
And the last ones they'll vary, but Sue Storm don't break into that.
Yeah, she ain't breaking the top 5. Heck no.
No, she don't. She don't do it for me. And like I said, Johnny disappears. Johnny disappears. Gonna hang out with Spider? Yeah, you can hang out with Spider-Man. That's fine. Go ahead, Peter. That's cool. But what are you gonna do? I've never been a fan. I know some people love the Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah.
I'm not.
Oh yeah.
And
absolutely.
I go back to kind of one of the old adages. If you're putting out a movie and you want people excited, you have to convince the person who doesn't really like it to come and see it.
Yeah.
You've done nothing to move my needle.
Oh, not
Nothing
one
at all.
iota. And that's the same thing I said. I said, hey, I think this trailer is fine. I think it's doing what it's supposed to do to try to get people interested, but it doesn't move the needle for me. I have no interest in seeing this film at all, especially because of what was omitted as well. Like we know that there's some Lady Silver Surfer and all all that nonsense. We know that it's there, so it's it's in water.
So let's just get our final statements on this. Let's go around reality, not what ifs, but reality as we see it. Reality. Top here out of these 3, it's gonna go Rebirth, Superman, Fantastic Four. That's the placings for me. Jet.
I have to agree. Yeah, there's it all depends on if Superman is good. Its first weekend will be really big, but it could fall off after that. I think whether or not Fantastic Four is good, it's going to have what it has. I don't think its reception, unless something crazy happens, affects it. But I have more faith in Superman. So I'd say Rebirth, Superman, and then Fantastic Four.
Dre.
No, I have to agree. Rebirth is going to feast, and I don't think anything is going to change my mind. Period. Superman, I think, will still be number 2 after the month is all said and done, but I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's 2 just because Rebirth is at $1 billion mark and that joint's at 650 million, or if because Rebirth's at the $1 billion mark and this joint made 37 cents. Either way, I'm putting Superman at number 2 because good Lord Almighty, Heavenly Moses, Fantastic Four has absolutely zero buzz to speak of. The normies aren't going in there. The only ones who are going to be going there are like Fantastic Four fans or people that are slaves to the MCU. Outside of that, no one's going to go see that movie at all. That joint might make 30 cents tops, and then we all just move on. And that's just where I stand.
Yeah, Dragon Lady.
I've seen mostly from most of the part, no excitement for Fantastic Four, or some slight excitement for Jurassic World 4. And what was the other one?
Superman.
Oh, why did I forget that? Oh yeah, that's because I don't care
It's not a good
about
sign.
Superman.
It's not a good sign.
That's because I don't care about Superman aside from cute little Crypto, but that's just me.
All right, stop being a girl and give me your answer.
Sorry. I would say probably the bigger one might end up being a mixture between Jurassic World and maybe Superman. I've seen some slight hype for Superman in comparison, and Jurassic World. I've seen some hype for those two. I've seen nothing for Fantastic Four. That's about it, really.
I mean, because it's all going to come down to international. And in the end, dinosaurs are loved all around the world. Superman can be loved if he's good. And I think the world has had enough of the MCU. I just do.
Yeah, pretty much.
So there it is. Time will tell, but we're guaranteed next week that Captain America, Brave New Black Falcon will fail miserably. All right, last topic of the day. I had not originally planned on talking about this, but there is a conversation to be had in terms of the environment in which we exist and how we react to things, and whether or not we're giving real takes or we're being disingenuous just to get attention. What am I talking about? A game came out this week. We talk games, so we can talk about games here. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Now, who here has played one besides me? Anybody? Anybody else want one? Okay, so only me.
I bought it and started it, but once I realized it was first person, which for some reason I hadn't, I returned it. So I only have a little bit of experience with it.
I got it on sale 3 years ago on PlayStation Store, the deluxe edition for like $12. So
It's a good deal.
I got it. I was jonesing for a game like that where you hunt down your gear, you build up your skills, and I'd heard good things for years about the first game. So I got it. I did a decent amount of time into it, like 40, 50 hours, and I had barely scratched surface because I was just dicking around. I didn't follow the main storyline at all. I totally cucked the Baron who took me in by sleeping with his wife. Got a trophy for it too. Did all kinds of shit, but I had it on the. I didn't have the hardest difficulty setting, because if you put it on the hardest difficulty setting while you're generating your character, you generally die in childhood before you even get into the game. It's a very funny thing. So I had it on the next one down, and I don't like the combat system of the original game. Yes, I understand you're supposed to build it up, but it's just too much, especially in first person. It's too much. So I eventually got bored, and I would have gone back to it, but that file died when my PS4 hard drive ate itself. So it's one of the ones I didn't manage to save. But a few months ago, leading up to the 24-hour stream, which is why I'm still the 26-hour man, I decided starting the playthrough thinking I was going to play it for the stream. I ended up not doing it because I got bored. I started the playthrough, and I gave it another chance. First game's a good game. It's got a lot of good stuff in it, but I don't love it. I can respect it, but I don't love it. I'll probably go back and try again and again and again, trying to do better and better. And I know that as you get better, then it goes on easy mode. Once Henry gets leveled up, it becomes easy mode. I'm aware of that, but I hadn't quite gotten that far yet. Here's the thing. When they announced Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I said, okay, I'm not interested. Not really my thing, but I know plenty of us are into it. A friend of the channel, Shaka Zulu, he's playing the hell out of it. We know a lot of big streamers playing. And they're enjoying it. I know that both Shaka and another friend of the channel, Anna's Gameland, had a discussion about it on Devil's Beelzebub on Friday night, Saturday morning. They had a big discussion about it. They both like it, but they like it for different reasons. So there's a lot of positive discussion about people who are actually playing the game out there. And right away, it is already done very, very well. It's already apparently made its money back. It's already it sold over 1 million copies in the first 24 hours. Which is
what's the studio? It's an indie studio, right?
Same studio. Does it say it here?
Warhouse Studios.
Warhorse Studios.
Warhorse.
That's not one of like the big AAA. So I could believe it made its money back. It's not bloated for dumb reasons.
Yeah. So you've got the game. The game is done well by players. It's being enjoyed, which is what really matters, right, guys?
That's right.
The game is enjoying it.
Yeah.
But then, let's be honest now. We've come through an era of dog shit.
Oh, yeah.
Dog shit because of DEI. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Agenda-driven indoctrination where they've tried to put all this shit into our games, whether we wanted it or not. And what has been the result? Everything has failed. All those games have failed miserably. And we won victories, and everybody was unified. Did we get wins? We got a lot of wins, right? A lot of wins.
Oh, yeah. Stacking.
Yeah.
Well, in their failures, yes. But how many good products have we gotten?
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. What we've got is we've gotten wins in the sense that we have proven this shit don't sell. And real gamers, real fans, real customers don't want it. And the world sees them for what they are. Yes, Jed, you're absolutely right. We've lost in the sense that we've lost essentially 3 or 4 years of gaming because very few good games came out.
Mm-hmm.
So what we had here, though, is this game comes out, it's good. But there are people who were on board with our unified front of pushing back against crap that can't seem to take a win and then just shut the hell up and turn your attention someplace else. Now, I'm going to bring this up, and I will say shame on you, Fandom Pulse, for how you're portraying these things. You can see certain individuals here. I'm going to leave it right here. I'm not going to name names. Amongst other ones that aren't named here, you know who they are on X Twitter as well. They have decided to say that this game is a perversion.
Of what?
That there's gay sex in it, that there's child sodomy in it, and all this kind of stuff. And they have twisted a lot of stuff in here for a narrative that is completely unnecessary, especially because the fact that the apparently gay relationship, one, it's optional.
Yeah.
And as it was explained to me yesterday, we had to talk about it on Ballbusters, and we had more talk about it last night in Chatterday. If you actually decide to go the route between Henry and Hans and have them be gay, it negatively affects you in the game because you can't be open about it. You'll suffer socially, and you get your stats suffer as well.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, that's a funny way of doing it. Kind of like you said, hardest difficulty through childhood kills you. But just to clarify, is this a fantasy world or is this historical?
This is Bohemia. This is
Bohemia.
Bohemia.
So, like, if you're gonna adding in the real world consequences of it for homophobia is an interesting way of going about it. But like you said, at the end of the day, it's an optional piece of content. Now, if this were main storyline required, if this were playing a deaf chick in Spider-Man 2 or listening to her, whatever that side quest, I don't want to be forced to do that or anything like that. But with this, I don't see it as a problem. Optional gay sex has been a thing in games for a long time now. It just lets you choose. Like in most of the Bethesda games, you can choose how you romance depending on what you are. Yeah. There's ones in Assassin's Creed. In Assassin's Creed Odyssey, it is gay as shit. It does make sense for the context.
It's Greece.
So
It's Greece. It's Greece.
It is Greece. But there's plenty of examples of it. The Mass Effect games, even the earlier ones, it's all about giving the player the ability to choose and craft their own story, and introducing a gay romance as a side objective, but keeping it surprisingly kind of historically accurate at the same time is a brilliant way of, merging those two, giving players freedom and accurately representing the world in which they live. I didn't know that about the detrimental stats. I knew it was a side thing, but with the detrimental world building that comes along with it, I don't have any problems with it. I have to play it to be sure, but sounds completely fine.
And it's apparently a complete... Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, And a friend of mine, she has I think it's the second Dragon Age game, Inquisition, and she
That's the
basically
third game.
romanced every.
That's the third one.
Hmm?
That's the
Yeah,
third one.
it was Inquisition. Anyway, she romance options mainly just for a laugh, just to see what would happen if she chose male and female. She did it for a laugh. That was it. She's been hearing a lot of stuff about the new one that's just came out, and even she's gotten hesitant about what you need to do that with that one. Even she's given it, maybe not with that one.
Well, that's Veilguard has already failed. That's done and over. But in this case too, right here, this is false story, a graphic depiction of child sodomy. They're claiming that the person that Henry has the option to be a gay lover of is underage, when in fact I've heard it from people playing it, they've aged them up. They're in their 20s. So this is I'm gonna say with this is leftist behavior. This is SJW leftist behavior. They're pushing false narratives to create drama and have a reason to talk about this stuff, because we essentially won. Leftist SJW, DEI gaming, woke gaming is in retreat.
It is.
So it doesn't make sense to do this. Why do this?
Okay, there's two reasons.
Yeah.
Maybe even three. Two reasons. One, depending on who the individual's engaging this, and I have my suspicions of who it is.
Oh, yeah.
One, these are individuals that, like Adam, we're old enough to remember when the bad guys to the young crowd were the religious base.
Mm-hmm.
We're old enough to remember that. What was that? The Just Say No and abstinence marches and all that crap. We remember that from our childhood and stuff. So those individuals now feel empowered to come out of hiding after the last couple of decades, and now are back to their old tricks and their old ways, because no one gave a crap about what they had to say for years, because the leftist psychopaths went so wild that we actually looked at the crazy religious people as sane. That's the reality.
I can hear
now that. That's one aspect. The other aspect is you've been fighting for so long that you don't even realize that the war is won.
That's an excellent point.
And you still think that you're still in a war after it's already over. Now, I think one of these individuals that I'm thinking about doesn't qualify in that. But as far as the movement was concerned, when you fought against left-wing SJW DEI nonsense for years and years and years, that's all you know is to just keep pushing and fighting. And I think now there is a PTSD, as it were, not to insult anybody that's actually been to war or anything like that, but there's a PTSD when it comes to individuals that have been fighting this war against all this liberal craziness, that they just can't get out of the mode. Even if there's a game like this that apparently gives you options, we remember that from 25 years ago. We've had this for a very, very long time before all this craziness happened. But because that craziness lasted for so long, a lot of these folks that were suppressed by it are just, every time you see anything that just reminds you of it or any sniff of it, you're like, it has to be destroyed. It has to be. And I think that's a lot that's going on right now.
And what I'm seeing too is what I see from this. There's that. Both things you just said are, I think, absolutely true. You've got people who were basically tyrants of the past, thinking now that the things have shifted, that they can be tyrants again, because now they're not going to be so heavily criticized because of what's going on. No, we're still going to criticize you because because this is the digital age and we're going to call your shit out. We're not. We want to return to checking your shit at the door when we come to play our games. We want to return to that.
That's right.
At the same time, certain individuals, I think you are correct, don't understand that not everything is a battle anymore.
That's right.
That you take your break. But then there are others who I think do it for relevance or are disingenuous, hypocritical people There's
excellent.
the one dude who I'm thinking of has always been who's deeply involved in this. Has always been a disingenuous, fake ass piece of crap since he appeared way back in the early days of all this stuff, pretending to be a banner carrier for all that's right in conservatism and religion. You know, that he's a piece of shit. You guys probably know exactly what I'm talking about. I can put it in the chat just to make sure in the private chat, but he's a piece of shit. But there are other ones who are screaming about connecting it to the Goonergate stuff. Then there are those who have been drafted from Goonergate who are basically being we talk about the woke Puritans. Now we got the conservative Puritans. Who guess what? If you don't like it, keep it to your goddamn self.
Agreed.
I'm gonna enjoy my jiggle physics. I'm gonna enjoy banging aliens in Mass Effect. I'm gonna enjoy my porn. All right. Listen, I've said this before. I'm gonna say it again. The only reason the world hasn't probably imploded is because of porn. Because you take away the porn, World War IV happens. We're going to skip over World War III. We're going right to World War IV. All right? We need release. We need relaxation. We need things. Whatever scratches your itch, whatever gets you going, whatever gets a rise out of you. As long as you keep it to yourself and you're not hurting anybody else, especially kids, more power too. I don't care if you're a goddamn furry. I just want to see it. But people need their release to stay calm, to stay relaxed. All right? You take that away, enjoy an actual revolution where people of all sides don't agree on anything. We'll come together and say, no, I'm not living under this world where I can't touch myself. All right? No, this is the reality we live in. It's just there. And as long as nobody's getting hurt, everybody's having a good time. Just because you are either a frigid or an erectile dysfunctional fuck is not a problem that I care about. All right?
1 hour, 36 minutes.
Oh, I know. That's getting clipped. That whole thing.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful, man. You spoke your truth. You shouldn't have, but you did.
Oh, hey, listen. I am a single man and alone. I need what I need, okay?
Heaven help us.
Point is this.
That's all right. What was the point again? I forgot.
No, they're disingenuous. They want to play the game that they're self-righteous and full of shit, and they don't realize that by demanding that everybody behave like them and you take away the things that I will say bring people pleasure, you are no better than the woke left.
Agreed.
Than those people. You're no better. And they either don't realize that or they don't care because they just do it for the actual grift so that they can remain relevant and they can remain engaged. It's that simple. It's that simple.
I agree with the sentiments with the grift 100%. And the thing is they're grifting to the wrong folks now. And that's one of the issues. You don't come after the idea of freedom in your video games and then try to be like, oh, this game is promoting this, that, and the other. Like, no. It's over. It's over. Like, and I don't know who they're grifting to. Like, I don't know what base they're playing to, because everybody that was anti-crazy leftist nonsense are the people that are enjoying this game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very confused on who you're grifting to.
Exactly.
Because it's not them. They're having fun. So I don't get it. Are you playing to a base that, once again, like you said, Adam, could be a leftist nonsense thing? You're playing to a base that doesn't exist. It could be that. It could be I'm back, baby. Purity rings. You're like, are you that? My thing is this. Make yourself clear. If you are those type of people, good. I'm glad we're now in this type of society where someone can expose who they are so that I don't have to give you the time of day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. And I think that's great. Expose yourselves. Please, Lord, Jesus and the shepherds. Expose yourselves so that we can see who you are. And then like, oh, look, there's one of those, another different version of crazy. Bye, Felicia. I'm about to go on and enjoy myself. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else had an image of Dre dressed up as an 80s gay man saying, express yourself, singing express yourself like that.
What
I
happened?
will never listen to that song in the same way again now.
Express yourself.
Listen, I know I have poisoned this entire segment, but I'm okay with it. Anyway, what I really want out of this whole situation is, can we please stop self-sabotaging
Agreed.
our side? Can we not? Because look, we've devolved into infighting for no reason. Because certain people need their attention. They need to maintain their position as lecturer in chiefs. No, we won. We have games are starting to return to normalcy. Just play your games. Just play the games. I don't care if you like a game or not. As I said, I have 0 horse in the race of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because I sort of was okay with the first one, but I didn't really like it or love it that much. I keep trying to give it another chance over and over again, but I don't really care. But the fact that everybody's loving it, I'm glad. I'm glad. Same thing. Let's go back. Baldur's Gate 3. All kinds of shit around Baldur's Gate 3. I didn't play it because I didn't want to support anything Dungeons and Dragons at the time because of Wizards of the Coast and anything related, because they are the worst of the worst. That was my choice. I don't care whether the game was good or bad. I simply chose not to support anything Dungeons and Dragons because I hate them. But after I said that, did I talk about it? Yeah, we made fun of before it came out. We made fun of Bear's sex scene and all that kind of stuff. Dicks hanging, swinging in the wind, and carrots creation. Yeah, we made
swinging.
We made fun of that shit, but when people were out and playing it, did I once get on a soapbox and say, shame on you for liking this game because Wizards of the Coast is evil? Did I do that?
Nope.
Nope, I didn't. Because play your game and enjoy it. Have fun. Have fun. That's all we want to do is have fun. And I think some people don't remember how to have fun anymore. I think it's part of the problem too. They don't remember. They're so used to, as Dre said, fighting the war. It has consumed every part of their life.
Yep.
And they have to justify their existence by continuing to fight. I would be more than happy to stop fighting. But there are still battles to be fought. We still will fight Disney. We still will fight against the destruction of all that we love. And when the day comes that there's no reason to do it, I will happily hang up my swords and talk about fun shit. Hopefully my own shit. Not talk about this stuff anymore. I'll be ready. I don't need to live in this maelstrom of negativity where I hate everything. I don't need to. It may be funny for everybody else, but it's not a necessary part of my life. I mean, let's be honest. In my downtime, literally for the past weeks, I sit here playing Stellaris. Sometimes I'm in game. Sometimes I'm in Discord chatting with the guys. Sometimes I chat by myself. I am just consumed by that because it flushes everything else away. I'm focused on managing and building an empire. That's what I'm doing. I'm not looking for things to be angry about. When I've said my piece on something, I walk away, just like the rest of you do. The rest of normal people do. But some people can't do it. We can't do it. All right. Anybody else want to add anything? Other than that, I'm ready to put a bow on this one.
I've got one thing to say.
All right, go for it.
Everybody that has fought the war, we've won. That's all I want to say. Let's get back to having fun again. Let's get back to having fun. For the first time in, I'll say about 5 or 6 years, we can finally have fun again. Let's just have fun. Let's not bite each other's heads off anymore. We've won. Let people have fun.
All right. I got nothing else unless anybody else has a thing they want to toss in there. We'll wrap this one up early today. So let's go around the horn, say our goodbyes, and get on with our dives. Jed.
Well, everyone can find me on YouTube and Kick at Hollywood Scholar. There is a live stream scheduled for this week. I'm actually doing stuff on my channel. I know it's besides Saturday Night Drive-In. Unfortunately, the stream was scheduled for this Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. The problem is I looked up when somebody asked me when Sirens of the Deep actually comes out, and I assumed it's like every other Netflix property. early in the morning that day.
Oh,
Turns out it comes out at 10 p.m. Eastern that night. So
Oh my
we can't
God.
have a review stream an hour before the show comes out.
Wednesday?
Wednesday, if that works for you. I wanted to talk to you afterwards to
Yeah.
schedule that because I know you have other streams going on. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Jeremy is on board if we do it another day.
Oh,
We might
yay.
even try to do a watch party on Tuesday night instead. But be on the lookout for that. There will be a Witcher stream at some point this week and probably a Witcher watch along video as well. We'll see how that all turns out. But yeah, stay tuned to Hollywood Scholar on Twitter and YouTube for updates on that.
All right. Dre.
Yeah, just like Jed, I have got settled in now. My studio is back up and running, and all my cool pops and other things are back in my library. And I just got that sweet new Todd McFarlane Venom joint sitting up there, and that joint's gonna be awesome. That joint's sitting in that box nice and pretty, and I might not even open it. But tomorrow, Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Brutal Plan Comics YouTube channel, we got our review of End of Zed. Great book. I really enjoyed it. So definitely check out that review, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Throughout the week, if there's any more news that's dropping, I will be elbow deep in that. And also check out the Brute Plays gaming channel and all the great Pokemon stuff that I'm getting myself into, that I'm finally getting back into because I finally settled myself in and I can get my nerd on. So a lot of great stuff. You can follow me on X Twitter at DeBrute00.
Okay, Dragon Lady.
Not a lot this week because I will be having a hospital appointment at some point this week, so I won't be here this weekend. Don't worry, it's just the usual checkup I have, so don't start panicking.
Okay.
As for me, tonight I'll be doing another Wormhole watch recording with Duke Devil Brad Burnett as we keep watching DS9, so you can check that out. Probably around Wednesday, I'll again put out the links when that is released. Tomorrow night, Mellow Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern, we'll have the good old-fashioned nerd time. Rest of the week, more Spider-Man reviews. I think there's another 3 episodes, so that'll eat up the week. Whatever news drops. Next Friday, I don't know who the Ballbusters guest is. Once Jed schedules the Witcher thing, I'll be on that. Then, Jed, what we got for driving next week when we come back?
Well, I decided to prove to everyone that I am capable of enjoying a cheesy film. And I could think of no film cheesier than one near and dear to my childhood, an 80s film that Adam has seen but remembers nothing of. So this might be a religious experience for him. We will be watching the 80s film Space Camp, starring a godless amount of people that I forgot were in it. But we're going to have fun with this one.
A lot of people know one. A lot of people know one. Yeah, I watched it once or twice as a kid. No memory whatsoever. None. So that's before the partial photographic memory kicked in. So we'll see. We got that. We're back with drive-in, and got to remind everybody. I guess it's closed. This is it. If you have not submitted your suggestion for chat choice movie, you will. You're done. What we got is what we got. So I will hand it off to somebody in the next week, and you vote it. Now, there's going to be a bit of a staggered thing because the schedule is going to be a little iffy at the end of February and beginning of March in terms of things. Jed will understand in a minute when I explain my idea. I will announce this now. I haven't, I'll be more clear on the details of what's happening. In beginning of March, I'll be doing a 12-hour stream for reasons that'll become clear very soon. So I'll be doing that, but I'm going to be tying it into a couple other things. So it'll kind of, so we're going to try and make sure we fit in the chat choice movie before then. It'll be on a Saturday. This is one of the things. That's why it'll interfere with drive-in, but I think we'll make it work. So we'll try and get the chat choice one in before that. Either way, so stay tuned for that information. And I guess we're done because we'll be back here next week. Oh, of course, next week, it's, like I said, Captain Black Falcon America Day.
Lord Jesus. I keep forgetting that joint's come out. We talked about it like twice. I still forgot.
I will get my review out. Hopefully, I'll be able to see it before Friday afternoon. I'll be able to get a review out before then. We will definitely be talking about it next week. It is not required watching. But we will talk about it. Box office. We're going to get a good month of content from this movie. I guarantee it. Between everything, from the movie to the fallout to the budget, the box office, everything. So be glorious. Anyway, so we will be back here next week, 2 p.m. Eastern, from the round table. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. We appreciate all you guys, because without you, we don't get to do this. Enjoy the Super Bowl, everybody.
Fly Eagles.
Have a good time. We'll see you guys next week. Until then, take it easy, everybody.